Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's DLloyd. So John Wall and the Washington Wizards, they are off to a rocky start. A team filled with talent. For whatever reason, they haven't gotten things to click there in Washington. It's not really just this season. It's like the past 3 or 4 years. Washington really hasn't lived up to the potential. They are a team every single year. I say to myself the same thing. This is one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. When you look at the talent, this team should be there every single season. I even went as far as saying about 2 or 3 years back that this team could beat the Cavs, then led by LeBron James in the playoffs, if they were able to match up with them in the playoffs. Unfortunately, they never got the opportunity, but that's how good of a team I think this John Wall and Bradley Beal-led Wizards team could potentially be. This season, they looked good in preseason. I thought maybe, they find their flow, they could play together. But once the season began, everything seemed like it has crumbled for the Washington Wizards. John Wall looked like he could be a little overweight. But even if that's not the issue, his game has definitely diminished a little bit over the past few seasons. Bradley Beal, he doesn't look like he really enjoys playing with John Wall. We know the internal issues. I always say the locker room is a mess. In Washington, that is still the case this season. They cannot figure things out. We don't know Scott Brooks, how long he's going to be there. So when you look at Washington, it's clear. The nucleus that they have, the amount of money that they are spending, they should be way further than what they are. Which means you have to change something. Either blow it up and go and rebuild, or you try to retool. But you have to change something. When you look at the 2 big pieces that you can trade, it's either Bradley Beal or it's John Wall. That's probably it that you can trade and get a meaningful offer back in return. Now, what I am hearing is that the Miami Heat could potentially be interested in a John Wall trade. Now, when you look at it, from the Wizards' perspective, you will probably rather keep John Wall. But when you look at the 2 pieces, Bradley Beal and John Wall, Bradley Beal is easier to trade, but you'll probably get a little bit less in return. John Wall is going to be harder to trade, but you should get back a little bit more in return. And the reason why John Wall will be a little bit harder to trade is because of his max deal, $170 million, which doesn't even kick in until next season. So the team is on the hook for all that $170 million plus this season. And then Washington will have to pay John Wall a trade kicker as well. A very expensive move, but depending on what you get back, it could work. Now, do I see this happening anytime soon? If it does happen, no. Like I said, it's something I've heard and something I want you guys to kind of pay attention to and watch how everything kind of develops over time. The Miami Heat, they're in a pretty bad salary cap situation, probably a terrible salary cap situation. I think they overpaid a lot of players. They don't have a lot of flexibility unless they start trading out of the situation they're currently in. You have some pieces you could definitely move in a John Wall trade, mainly Goran Dragic. He'll be shipped out there. Washington will get back a suitable point guard. You could add some extra pieces as well. But for the Miami Heat, they're in that spot where they want to add some more pieces, maybe contribute a little bit more. You can get rid of some guys, but the only way you're going to really improve is literally by making a trade. You can't sign nobody to a big deal in the offseason in the future until, of course, after 2020. You have Hassan Whiteside. He looks like he's going to stay for a while. It makes sense for the Miami Heat to definitely go after John Wall. I think they have enough ammunition and enough assets to go after him and possibly really make a shot at getting him. I think it will take some time. I don't think John Wall or Bradley Beal will be moved until closer to the trade deadline. But pay attention to the Miami Heat. That is all I'm going to say for right now. I think it can happen. I see a path that it can go down. Of course, the Wizards will prefer to move Bradley Beal, but John Wall gets you enough back. Is definitely something that they will entertain in the Miami Heat. They tried to get Jimmy Butler. That did not work. Just go ahead and wait and see if they go ahead and make that series run at John Wall, which I think could definitely happen. Now, you guys let me know. Would you like to see John Wall with the Miami Heat? Do you think he would improve the Heat? Do you think all of a sudden they can make noise in the playoffs with a John Wall on their roster? Or do you think the Miami Heat should just focus on possibly making a trade for somebody else? Let me know how you guys feel about that in the comment section below. It's your boy DLloyd. I'm going to see y'all next time. Peace.